Well, hello, friends. So I'm asking myself, can I make Workflowy my second brain? This is the main question, and the main question arises because I'm not sure if I really like Notion, or actually, I'm sure I don't like Notion, and I like Evernote, but I want to build a proper second brain, and I fell in love with Workflowy, with the ease of it, with the beauty of it, with all of it. And I want to know if I can make it my second brain. So let's dig in. Let's begin. So second brain. Let's recap a little bit. Just before I can unravel why it's hard and why maybe not maybe why I need your help to come to a decision in here. So first, second brain. You know the theory. You got the thing from Tiago Forte, who maybe invented it even. And there's all those different mediums where things come from, ebooks, articles, PDFs, and he promotes that you read that stuff later. So consumption is delayed, but all of it goes into one spot. That's the capture process. Then he promotes the code methodology, where you capture first, what we've just seen. Then you organize, distill, and express. So the second brain idea is to really do something with it. It's not just to capture all the things in the world that interest you, but also do certain things with it. And that's the code methodology. He promotes the sort of like structure of having projects, areas of responsibilities, resources, and archives. And I don't agree with that. I'm not a big fan, and I don't use it because we have way more options than staying with that structure. And I'll come to that very soon. So the goals are to not only collect valuable knowledge, but to move forward with it, to kind of feel at ease with yourself, with having all that, with having the second brain, with not having to remember it. And the second brain then helps your real brain to improve your thinking, to connect the dots, to have ideas instead of storing, or instead of using your brain for storage, right? So that's the main idea here, and this is the same thing I want. I love the course. I'm a big fan, and I want a second brain. I'm in the middle of building it, but I'm still not sure if I can build it in Workflowy. Then I've done a second course that was called Second Brain for Content Creators from Matt Giaro. He's a little sketchy in the regards that everything is really condensed to ideas. Everything is really looks a bit crappy, but the content is amazing. And he's a promoter of the Zettelkasten method. And the Zettelkasten method is really the idea of having notes that are so dense that every note is more of an atomic idea, that every note is only, like an atom of an idea, where you have distilled it so much that there's nothing to add there, and you don't have multiple ideas in one note, but rather you connect the ideas then. And this is more of the structure that Obsidian uses if you use it like with the Zettelkasten method, or if you use it properly, that you connect ideas all the time instead of having projects or areas or something like that. Everything evolves kind of by itself. And I looked a bit further at Zettelkasten. I've read a couple of books, and I totally agree. I don't want to have the para methodology. I want to have a Zettelkasten, and I want to include like some structure to it. So I'm trying to go for a hybrid model here. And what I'm seeing then is, when I was looking for the Zettelkasten method, is if I look at it, like really it's actually very, very much similar and very close to how Workflowy looks like. It's about things that are, well, there's no interconnections here, but maybe there are none yet, and maybe you can build them. So I see Workflowy is capable of most of it, and we'll come to the needs and to the features of all that a bit later. I haven't like fully prepared everything. I'm just going to show you where I'm at right now. And so the main idea of the Zettelkasten method is that every node only has one idea, really. And Workflowy isn't like set up in the way that I really want to, like, let's say one note is one idea, but I have, so that's hard to type and speak at the same time. But what I want to say is I love Workflowy because I'm really active in there. It's like promoting me, it's like helping me to be engaged with the tool. It feels like paper in a way, like as if I'm writing in my bullet journal or something like that. So I just want to continue writing, but oftentimes I have to press enter. I want to say, okay, that's like one thing. And if I would just continue like in one thing, this wouldn't be really readable. I would have to either underline certain things. So I'm not sure if one bullet can really be one idea, and if I even want to have that. But I need a bullet in order to connect something to something else, right? And that's where I'm kind of at. That's where I'm looking for answers and where I'm looking for help, really. So what I want to explore now is what are the capabilities of Workflowy, and how can I use them in order to make it work? Because what Workflowy for me really is, it's more of a general structure than an actual tool. And that's what I love about it. It's really just a system of things, and you can make it your own. So I want to have a look at the system, and if I can make that system work for the second brain and Zettelkasten methodology. I hope you can follow me here. So yeah, so let's have a look at it. So one note, one idea. What can I do? So the first thing that Workflowy offers is I can just add this subtext. I just have to like press enter, tab, and I go there. So this is something where I could really expand the main idea. So this would then certainly become the title of the idea. So let's just say one note, one idea is already an idea. It's an atomic idea of the Zettelkasten method. So, but if I want to add something to it, I can do it in here. But if I look at it closer, I cannot really structure this well. I have the possibility of adding a little things here and there, but there is no, well, maybe there's, actually this looks better already, you see? So this is why I'm exploring it, and this is why this is more of a dialogue. If you don't watch the full video, I don't care. If some people finish with me and give me feedback, I'm happy. So let's continue. So this is what I can do. There's no like hierarchical structure in the size of the things, but I can work with colors. And actually, this is one possible solution of going with one note, one idea method. I can zoom in, I can stay with this one, and I can most certainly connect this with whatever I want to connect it with, right? With, let's say, one note, one idea is the Zettelkasten thing. So I can connect it with Zettelkasten. I kind of put a link in here. So let's say linked to, and if I go to Zettelkasten, then I will have the backlink from where I've just been. So it works. I can interlink, I can have one note, one idea, but is it really the best way of doing it? Let's explore this a little further, right? I'm right now in the Zettelkasten here. I want to go back to the one where I came from. This became an H1. So back to that one. Yeah, the second one would be that if I say, okay, one note, one idea, what else can I do other than the subtext or subline that I can add here? So the second one is that I have the possibility of making the bullets that I've just typed. You don't even have to read it, by the way, that I've typed. So this is a thought that is related to one note, one idea, but in paragraphs, right? Paragraphs in this sense is a new feature that has been released by Workflowy just a couple months ago, I think. And over here, I can just set it to paragraph, and then it removes the bullets. And it also stretches each of those paragraphs a little further. So right away, this looks like a readable text. This looks like a proper note, like something I would enjoy reading already. But then again, I'm like, is it enough though? Is it enough? And how can I make sure that I don't link to just this one here? Because this is still like one linkable asset, one linkable paragraph, right? In this case. So let's explore even further. So then I thought like, okay, paragraphs works for me, but let's explore even further. And let's have a look at this idea here that I had. And I can do this live, really. I can say, for example, a picture. I can just add headers. I can just add headers that really are like titles that help me structure the text that I had in front of me. So this already is much better. I can grasp the whole structure of the content much better, and I still feel like this is really one idea. There's no bullets that are distracting me, right? So this is the third idea I had, to really work with headers. And the last one before I come to the general needs and features and where I need your help really is I was thinking, well, okay, this already looks good. This looks great. What if I work with bullets again though? What if I say, well, actually, maybe I don't want to have it like a note. Maybe I still want to have further, like more notes in there where I go even deeper. And where I structure the stuff, right? And where I say, well, actually, there's cons and there's pros, and why should I be seeing them all the time? Those cons and pros right here, right? Why shouldn't I be able to just like go to this one again and say, well, there's pros and cons. Oh wait, it doesn't work because this is the first one. Why shouldn't I like have pros and pros and cons in here? That was a fun one. And yeah, and just have a little level of hierarchy, right? So yeah, this one then has the con, and let's look at it. It adds the sheer number of bullets to link to, improves even further. So I don't really know what depth I'm linking to. The backlinking aspect becomes a little muddy or fuzzy. And but at the same time, I'm able to go deeper in depth, and this is where the para methodology really lacks. Is with Workflowy, I don't have to have only four buckets or 4 folders where I put everything in. I can go as deep as I like, right? And I don't have to follow this very surfacey structure that Evernote or often also Notion and those are kind of giving me. So I can really get crazy in that regard. I can get as deep as I like, and I can see it, and I can move from depth to focus easily. And yeah, this is really where I'm at now. So I haven't made a decision really. They're all working in a way. This one at least is the only one where although it's not structured well, it's not fun to read. It's like a little grayish, and there's only the possibility of adding like basic editing, like editing in the sense of like bolding and changing the color. But this one is the only one where I can say that I can really link to only one idea really, right? So if I say I'm having another idea that I want to connect to that one. So let's say the idea would be that Workflowy can be second brain with Zettelkasten, right? I can really connect this one, for example, this way with the one note idea. And there's no other one competing for it, really. So this works. And let's explore this a little further, and I'm just doing it while recording. Let's have a look at the other one. Workflowy can be a second brain with Zettelkasten. I don't even know what I'm doing actually. Nevertheless, so let's continue a bit. What I'm still missing with Workflowy, to kind of sum it up, is Workflowy currently doesn't have any integrations with Read Later apps, Instapaper, Pocket, Matter, Readwise, and so on. So there is no real inbox. There has to be something else where the content comes from before I put it into Workflowy, right? So that one is still missing, but I think they're working on it. So in that regard, this might happen at some point. And I'm not even mad that I have to add a second step, because I want to filter my content input anyways. I don't want to have all the Read Later apps in here. So fine with me. The one note, one idea concept or atomic idea works. Like, it's possible. So this one, yeah, actually works. I just don't know if I can, how to say, if I keep adding bullets all the time, not following this one note, one idea methodology with the subtext, I am afraid that at some point I run into having too many things to link to, and therefore being distracted by all the notes that are within the other note that also have the same keyword. And I don't know if I have to be better at using the search, or if I have to, you know where I'm going? If there's too much that is not an atomic note, I might not find my atomic note. This was the big idea here. And yeah, so that's the one where I need help in that regard. And the bidirectional linking is working, so I can link from one to the other one and it will be found again. So that one kind of makes me be able to explore my second brain by following links instead of folder structures. But at the same time, while following the links, I see the structures I've put the note in before. So this content, in a way, is already helping me, and even helping me even further, because I see all the structures before the note was placed. I hope you can follow me here. And the last thing I'm missing, and this is a sad one really, I have no idea, or I've just seen a talk with, I don't know, Paperless Home or Paperless something on YouTube, and he was talking with Jesse from Workflowy. He said he has no idea how to implement a graph into Workflowy. I know that Tana is, I'm a Tana alpha tester, so I know that Tana is going to go that route, and they plan on implementing it, but they don't have one yet either. So this is something I would really love to see. I would really love to explore, because this is the main benefit for me why Obsidian would win, other than the one note, one idea thing that is easier to do. But then again, Workflowy is the only tool that I respond to the way I do, where I can just be with it for hours if I like, and where I can really structure my thinking, and where I can get done more than just like having the interconnected brain, but rather move my whole life into it. And this is something at the moment, I don't think I'm able to do with any other tool. So this is why I'm making this whole video. I need your help. I think Workflowy is the best thing I've found in the regards of helping me think and structure myself. And at the same time, I want to use it as a second brain. So please give me your feedback on the kind of ideas you have with the one note, one idea thing. and why you think another one is better or worse. And if you can, yeah, just leave a comment. Follow my, if you've been able to follow my thinking and stuff like that. I don't care about followers. I don't care about likes. If you do so, feel free. But it really is about moving forward the idea of, can I use Workflowy as a second brain? Here we go. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. I hope I've been able to convince you of helping me do that, even if Workflowy is not working on it right now. So otherwise, leave a comment, leave an answer, and maybe I have some more people that want to have Workflowy build the features that we're looking for. Thanks. See you around.